Hey everybody, I'm Johnny, and today we are taking a look at 5 must-see German World War II films. For those of us who are used to watching American cinema regarding World War II, you'll find German cinema has a lot to offer. The war lasted for Germany 6 years and covers unique fronts and perspectives from the Atlantic coast all the way to the gates of Moscow and back to Berlin. Coming in at number 5 is not a movie, but a short miniseries called Generation War, which first aired in 2013. Generation War traces the lives of 5 friends and covers some of the most horrific struggles Germany had to face. In our story, 2 of the 5 friends who are brothers fight in the abysmal Eastern Front as Wehrmacht soldiers facing ultimate destruction from the Soviets. Another friend gives us unique perspective as a Jew who escapes into the forest who ends up joining Polish partisans. 2 of the characters we follow are also women, one a nurse and one a mistress to an SS officer, giving the viewer a window into the aspect of total war, affecting soldier, civilian, man and woman alike. Generation War is sometimes referred to as a German band of brothers. Try to watch it without this comparison and experience it as its own unique and unsettling story of survival. Number 4, Land of Mine, is actually a post-World War II movie taking place in the fallout of World War II. The movie was released in 2015 and was a co-German-Danish production. Land of Mine tells the real and gripping story of German young men and teenagers who were sent to clear the thousands of landmines planted in Denmark during World War II. Of over the 2,000 teenagers and German soldiers who cleared landmines in Denmark, it is estimated almost half of them would be injured or killed during the process. The movie is compelling as it not only shows the contempt that many occupied European nations showed towards the Germans, but also gives us the perspective of the fallout the youth of Germany had to face for the sins of their nation.
Ihr seid ausgewählt worden, weil ihr die Besten seid.
Number 3, Stalingrad, not to be confused with the Russian production Stalingrad released in 2013. Our Stalingrad is the 1993 German production starring Thomas Kretschmann, known for numerous World War II films such as The Pianist, U-571, and In Enemy Hands. Stalingrad does an excellent job of telling a story from an ordinary German soldier's point of view. What is most impressive and genuine about this film is that it does not let any character or personal plot dominate the storyline. Stalingrad attempts to show the watcher what it may have actually been like trying to survive arguably the most horrific battle of World War II. You always get the impression the director is trying to give the audience a sample of just how horrific this battle actually would have been, and even then it was toned down from the original screenplay in order to be fit to be shown in cinemas. Combined, Russia and Germany lost nearly 2 million men in this battle, which is more than all of British and American losses during the entire war. Stalingrad was the battle that broke the back of the Axis and turned the war. Stalingrad was undoubtedly one of the most significant battles in World War II, therefore this movie is a must-see. Number 2, Downfall, a brilliant and immersive film centered around Hitler and those close to him in his bunker near the Reichschancellery in the last days of his life, and indeed the last days for Berlin and the Third Reich. Hitler is brilliantly played by the talented and late Bruno Ganz, who passed away in 2019. Throughout the movie, you get to experience the divide between the fanatical upper echelon of the Third Reich and the more pragmatic generals and officers who know the war is lost and want to see an end to hostilities with the Red Army. Bruno Ganz portrays Hitler's delusions masterfully and gives us a window into his decaying mental and physical health, right down to the subtle signs of his Parkinson's disease. One notable performance in Downfall out of the outstanding cast is by Christian Berkel, who plays a doctor, giving us a unique perspective of Berlin's collapsed infrastructure and its effects on the civilian population. Berkel stars in World War II films such as Black Book, Flame and Citron, and Valkyrie. Yes, you all knew it was coming. Dustboot is our #1 German war film. When originally released in 1981 in the United States, it ran 145 minutes and blew audiences away as one of the most acclaimed foreign films to date. In 1997, Wolfgang Petersen released his director's cut of the 210 minutes of immersive excellence in the terrifying life of a U-boat crew. Aside from the lively send-off party at the beginning and the ending of the film, virtually the entirety of the running time of this movie crams the audience into the U-boat and submerges us into both the boredom and terror of living and fighting underwater. Despite our crew essentially being the enemy, we do feel for them. We feel the sense that the U-boat is isolated from the rest of the war and indeed the world. The U-boat story is a story of the mission and survival. U-boats during World War II had a casualty rate of 75%, the highest of all German forces during the war. Dustboot does an excellent job of highlighting the unique culture of a U-boat, from how they eat, bathe, cope, and indeed hunt and kill. The acting in Dustboot is second to none, and all of our characters are three-dimensional, and we get to see them cope with the harshest of conditions, each in their own way. Dustboot ranks as not only one of the best German war films of all time, but one of the best war films ever created.
Die Propagandakompanie wird sich freuen.
Okay, I'm Johnny. Thanks for watching this top 5 German war films video. If you have a favorite German war film, please feel free to comment below. If you want to support the channel, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.